Hey Super Swing Traders, I hope you're doing good. Today we're going to take a look at some charts and see where we can identify supply and demand order flow and trade it for income. Okay, let's take a look at British pound versus Swiss franc. Take a look at the monthly first. Monthly, you can see it in a downtrend, but trend broke and created a really big tested monthly demand zone down here. Has been tested many times, and every time it comes back to that level, it's penetrating deeper and deeper. It did create a level of supply up here. Price reacted to it. It worked. It tested again, but we're expecting a bigger move to the downside. That's all we have right now for GBP franc. Okay, let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly, we have price making a huge drop, and then base, drop, base. So it's overextended to the downside. So there's a area of demand down here, and it broke this level of supply. So this area is pretty strong if it reacts. If it wants to react down here, well, it did actually. You see how it created this piercing candle, piercing into this black candle, and as it was rallying, it's rallied for 2 weeks, and then the candle come back, retraces it, and then rallies up again. And the reason I know is because it formed this bottom forming tail, so it tested it. And also we have a weekly, it's nested inside this monthly demand zone. That's also the weekly, but I didn't draw it like that because I know it's in monthly demand zone and it's penetrating deeper, so I didn't want to draw it to make the drawing more confusing. Okay, so price dropped into this monthly demand zone. It's rallying, broke this weekly supply zone, so this zone is pretty strong. Even if it comes back into it, I will be interested in buying, and I set an alert for it. Alright, so the daily, we have like what we saw on the weekly. Price is overextended to the downside, created opportunities to go long, and I was interested in going long after it removed this area of supply down here. So that's why I put the alert here, waiting to go long, but price never retraced to it, and it just continued to go higher and higher. And it also removed this supply zone. So am I interested to go long right now? I would say any normal trader would say yes, but I'm not interested because of this, because poor price action. But I don't really mind this, but you see how it's rally, base, rally, base, rally, base, rally. It's overextended. So when it's overextended like this, if you are an aggressive trader, you would say this is overextended. It created a level of supply here, and we're expecting a bigger move down here. So I would be interested in going long down here, but we'll just have to see what plays out. It could be, if you're aggressive, then yeah, you would say this is a supply zone and wait for a bigger retracement to the downside. Preferably we want a retracement to down here to this weekly demand zone, which is somewhere in this area where the orange alert line is. So that means that this level, this level, this level, and this level, these two levels are no good. They're no good, but we'll have to see what price does. If you are not an aggressive trader, then you can say that price is still in an uptrend, buy right here, and it goes up. But the other reason why I am not taking these two zones is because, I mean, it could work, it could definitely work, but that's not my trading plan. I want a bigger retracement because, so this zone, yeah, this zone is, these two zones are located right here, and yes, this is good because it broke this area of supply, but I just don't like that kind of price action and such. So I'm waiting for a bigger pullback down here on the Swiss franc to this area or to this big zone or these two areas. Expecting price to break these two zones. It could rally, it could work, but I don't want to take those kinds of trades. I want a bigger retracement. There's tons of Forex pairs and stocks that I can trade, and I'm not going to take more aggressive trades like this because I believe that this is overextended and price is going to retrace down more, and that's where I look to go long. I'm not looking to trade these little small pullbacks. Okay, all right. On the 4 hour, we have price making a downtrend. So you have the EMA acting as floating resistance. You have new areas of supply being created. Oop. So it's creating new areas of supply on the downside. The $1 million question is this zone going to hold? And we already said that it's most likely it could, but most likely it's not because it's located right here in this zone right here on the daily, and we already said that the daily is overextended. It's overextended, but it does have the EMA support as floating support, but to me this is overextended and I'm expecting a bigger move to the downside, so I'm not buying this zone. And you can see it did react a little bit to this zone, but no good profit. I mean, it makes it 2-to-1 and everything, but it doesn't follow my plan. And you see that price hit it and it did react a little bit to it, but I'm expecting it to break it, go lower. If it does break, then expecting it to come down into this zone right here, which is located right here, and expecting it to definitely break that one, and then come down lower down here where we can expect to go long again. But even once price gets down here, you want to wait for a confirmation. Okay, so that is the analysis on British pound. Overextension on the daily. Weekly losing steam. It broke it, but forming these bearish pin bar and this doji and then this engulfing candle kind of ish. Expecting price to retrace down here. and that is where I'm setting in my alert. Could it work? Yes. Can it, if it breaks this trend line, if it within the next couple hours or days, if it breaks this zone and it goes, if it breaks this trend line and it goes up into this zone, it could potentially work, but I just don't like the profit margin and the way that it's overextended. Okay, so even if it did work, you're risking this zone to, and up here is already the next supply zone. So not my kind of trade, but if you want to take it, you could, but just not my kind of trade. I'm waiting for a bigger pullback, bigger retracement to go long. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up and like, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment below. If you're not already subscribed, please click the subscribe button below and click that little bell icon. That way you'll get notified of the next video that I publish. Thanks again for watching.